Okay, let's get right into it. I had to voice over this video, so it's not going to be awesome, even less awesome than it was originally, so sorry. But here we go. Into the stoichiometry. I'm on, whatever page, I think it's like 31. We were dealing in one half of the mole map. Now we're dealing in both halves of the mole map. For those of you using equalities, just use the equalities. Same deal. There's one equality that says x moles A equals y moles B. That's the only new thing we're talking about. So I'm on page 31. Nitrogen can react with hydrogen to form ammonia according to the equation below. Biggest point, how many grams of hydrogen? That's what we're looking for. I need to react with 280 grams of nitrogen. Okay. Simple question. I'm saying, hey, you got 2-gram crackers. How many marshmallows do you need to make a s'mores? Or 4-gram crackers. How many marshmallows do you need to make a s'mores? You're crossing over from one thing to another. So we have a start side, we have an end side. Again, if you are a equalities person, just use the equality of this x moles A equals y moles B. So, but I'll split this thing up. I'll use both sides of it. I'm starting with what I know, and that's where I'm going. I'm going to grams of hydrogen. Again, sorry, I voiced it over. Going to grams of hydrogen, I am starting in grams of nitrogen. Okay, 280 grams of nitrogen to be specific. Okay, so now I have my path. I'm going to go from grams of nitrogen to moles of nitrogen to moles of hydrogen, and then moles of hydrogen to grams of hydrogen. Okay, so I'm starting in my nitrogen side. I'm going to be ending in the hydrogen side. I'll start setting up the equation here in a second. Don't know exactly what I was talking about during this time. But again, here we go. Here's a start. I'm going to use that equation. I'm going to use this new equation. This is the only new thing we're talking about here is x moles A equals y mole B. Only new thing. Everything else is exactly the same. And then grams to moles again. I line up the equalities I'm going to use. I'm going to use x grams of nitrogen equals moles of nitrogen, x moles A, y moles B, and then grams of hydrogen to moles of hydrogen. So I start off with 280 grams of nitrogen, same thing I've been doing. I write what I know, put a placeholder, times cancel. I have to cancel grams of nitrogen, go to moles of nitrogen. So I'm going to use my first equality, grams of N2, moles of N2. It's always 1 mole. And I have to do a little work. I have to figure out my molar mass. I have 2 nitrogens, 14 moles per gram, or grams per mole apiece. So it's 28 total grams. 28 total grams, 1 mole. I need to cancel moles of nitrogen. This is my new step, so I'm going to put it in a new color because I'm super fancy like that. So there we go, moles of nitrogen, and I'm going to cancel moles of nitrogen. I'm going to go moles of hydrogen. So this is our new step. I'm going from one thing to another. And where I'm going to get those numbers is an x and a y. And on my mole map, it tells me in my hints balanced equation. That's where I'm going to get it from. That's where I'm going to get my x and my y. So I go back to my balanced equation and the coefficients that sit right in front of them. I take those, my moles of hydrogen, I have a 3. So that's the 3 that I get. And for my nitrogen, there is an understood 1 in front of it. So that's the number I pull down. So I have 3 moles of hydrogen to 1 mole of nitrogen. I plug those numbers in. I continue on with the equation. I'm in now moles of hydrogen. I need to cancel that, and I need to get to grams of hydrogen. So I'm just using my last equality. I cancel moles of hydrogen. Zooming in for some reason, really close. And any day now, I will cancel this. Cancel moles of hydrogen. drum roll please, go to grams of hydrogen. It's always 1 mole. I have to do a little work. I got to find my molar mass of hydrogen. Hydrogen is 1 gram per mole. I have 2 of them. I did that math all in my head. That gives me 2 grams of hydrogen. Now I lay the whole thing out. I multiply the entire top, divide that by the entire bottom. And I get 60 grams of hydrogen. Boom. Nailed it. So again, all this is, there's one new step, and it's in red. It's X moles A equals Y mole B. And that's it. You thought this was done. So did I. And then I watched the rest of it, and I saw I had some other stuff in here. All I'm saying is that if to do these problems using X moles equals Y moles, you need to have 2 different substances. You need to have an A substance and a B substance. If you're dealing with just one substance, you stay on one side of the periodic table. Like if I'm going from grams of copper to moles of copper, but if I'm going from grams of copper to moles of hydrogen, then I switch over and use the other side.